As you go through the journey of understanding that you are the creator of your reality, the God of your universe, then things like the obstacles that come about may often be something that you encounter. And it is natural for you to encounter these things, right? Because it is a part of life. The journey of spirituality, the journey of coming into self-realization is about really acknowledging these obstacles and realizing that these obstacles are self-imposed, simply because you are allowing the obstacles to manifest in your mind as an obstacle rather than a lesson to be learned. You see, when it comes to this journey, you have to recognize that in order to optimize a positive mindset, you have to be anchored in the reality as to you being the individualized expression of the universe, the individualized expression of God itself. And so when you recognize that you are one with that infinite intelligence, that infinite source, then you recognize that who you are is someone that ultimately has everything available to you. You just have to cultivate this positive mindset in order for you to continue to recognize that even when certain aspects of you think that there are obstacles in the way, think that there are walls or that there are challenges in the way. You see, that aspect of yourself is really coming from the ego part of you. And that ego part of you really wants to protect you from being hurt, protect you from being disappointed, protect you from essentially emotional or even physical harm. But now what you have to recognize is that this idea of protection must be looked at as something that you made up in order for you to actually experience less harm or less fight or less trials. But in fact, it is something that you are creating. So your point of view, in other words, on things that come up in life will dictate how your ego responds to it. And so by acknowledging that something is an obstacle will trigger the ego to do what it does, which is to want you to run or avoid or to basically be still and act as if the quote unquote obstacle isn't there. It leaves you paralyzed with a sense of not feeling that you are adequate enough to move forward in this journey of materialization of the thing that you decided to create, or even the discovery of self-realization. And so there are numerous things that you can do to cultivate a positive mindset. And the one thing is being secure and being anchored in the reality as to who you are, and understanding that this idea of you being the individualized expression of God, the universe itself, this idea is a seed, right? And that seed is planted and grows and nourished by you going forth with this journey of manifestation and understanding that you are a creator. And each thing that you materialize is evidence of this. So it anchors in your confidence and your ability to create whatever it is that you want, because now you are in the understanding that this is your nature, to create. And so as you are going through this journey, you have to recognize that the obstacles that comes up is really anchored in who you once were. It is anchored in old belief systems, old paradigms, old mindset, right? And so as you move forward in this journey of truly recognizing who you are, then the ego and what it identifies you as what you used to be will slowly fade away. But in the beginning, you see, the ego is going to be at its strongest. And so in order for you to move forward and continue with a positive mindset, you have to really sit with that seed that you initially planted. And you have to bring your presence, bring your attention to it constantly, while the ego is trying to protect you from harm, but also preventing you or trying to prevent you at the same time from achieving that highest potential, that highest reality that is your truth. So that is the first thing you have to do, is constantly focus on this seed, constantly focus on this concept. And while you are doing that, there are things that you can do in your surroundings to help you to cultivate this positive mindset. And that is curating a lifestyle that nourishes and supports positivity. And being mindful about everything that you are consuming, everything that you are doing, even the people you are around. And so you have to be mindful about what it is you're consuming, what it is you're watching, what it is that you're listening to. Does it add to, right? Does it give you the support to move forward in a mindset of positivity? Or does it create lack? Does it create scarcity? Does it create the mindset that there isn't enough? Does it create a mindset of fear? And you have to really dive deep into what it is that these things that you are consuming, reading, writing even, listening to, watching, all these things that you're doing, does it align with the lifestyle and the way of being that you are deciding to create? And so when you start acknowledging and noticing these things, then it is time for you to start pulling away at them. Then it is time for you to start taking responsibility and saying, okay, watching this show doesn't support the mindset. Watching this, movie doesn't support the mindset that I am creating for myself. It doesn't support nourishing the seed that I have planted. It doesn't support understanding and living in alignment with this way of being that I am going to cultivate. You have to be mindful about that. The circle of friends you are around, your family, your job, all of those things play a part in planting and nurturing this seed. You have to take responsibility for all of that. You have to curate an environment that supports everything that you are creating. Because when you are not taking responsibility with taking away the negativity, then that negativity is going to continue to consume you, is going to continue to feed your ego. And your ego, because it comes from a place of fear often, it's going to prevent you from actually moving forward along this path of self-realization. You have to understand that. You have to understand how important it is for you to be mindful about your environment. When you are mindful about your environment, then your seed can grow, right? The seed of understanding and self-realization can grow within you. The seed of recognizing that you are creator of your universe will grow. The seed of recognizing that you can create any universe that you desire will grow. You have to be mindful about the environment. What is the soil like? What is the water like? What is the environment? What is the temperature? What is the sunlight? Does it get enough sunlight? All of these things are essentially elements of who you are and you growing, right, throughout this journey. And so once you recognize that, then that will support you in cultivating a very positive mindset, because a positive mindset is really what it takes. If you are consistent and you are positive, meaning you are in alignment with the certainty that you are creating this thing, then it is guaranteed to materialize. You just have to be focused. You just have to be clear, and you have to be dedicated to the process, to the journey. And once you are clear and dedicated, once you are staying in this positive mindset, which means an aligned mindset, then all things will fall into place. And it's just simply a matter of the universe falling in line and everything else that plays a part in the symphony of your creation coming into alignment with you. Thank you so much. Continue to join me on this journey, but feel free to go to drabundant.com, download this book, The Power Within, which is a free ebook, which has an amazing technique on how to open up and expand your consciousness. And also you will subscribe to my newsletter, which sends out articles every single day. And so thank you so much. Peace and abundance always.